for today, we're going now to discuss solving systems of linear equations by substitution. So here are the steps. First is solve for either variable in one of the equation. If one of the variables in an equation has coefficient of 1 or negative 1, choose that equation. Second, substitute for that variable in the other equation. Third, solve that equation. And last one, find the corresponding value of the other variable. So basically, since base na din doon sa pangalan niya, solving systems by substitution, obviously, ang gagawin natin is we're going to substitute terms or equations para makuha yung mga values ng given systems of linear equation. So let's try. So first example, we have x minus 5y equals 9 and x minus 2y equals 6. So, di ba, ang first step natin is we're going to solve one variable in either equation. Okay? So, ang technique dyan is tingnan nyo yung given na variables and i-identify nyo kung sino dyan yung meron numerical coefficient na 1. Okay? Or negative 1. So, first equation, okay, numerical coefficient of x is 1. The second equation, numerical coefficient din ni x ay 1. So, ibig sabihin, both first and second equation ay pwede nating gamitin. Okay, so it's up to you. So, let's say we will use the first equation. Since the numerical coefficient of x is 1, so we will solve for the value of x in terms of y. Okay? So, paano yan? Simply, kapag ganito lang, parang i-isolate mo lang. Okay? Yung number alone, i-isolate mo. So, kung may kasama siyang variable or terms, ililipat mo lang sa kabila. Okay? So, we will use the first equation. So, x minus 5y equals 9. Again, we will solve for x. Since, diba, si x, kasama pa niya dito sa side na to si negative 5y. So, we will transpose negative 5y. If we transpose now negative 5y, it will become positive 5y. So, we have x is equal to 9 plus 5y. Okay? So, now we have the value for x. Ano yung value ni x now? X is equal to 9 plus 5y. So, now since meron na tayong na-solve, yung value of x, or na-isolate na natin yung merong variable na ang numerical coefficient niya ay 1, therefore, apply na natin yung substitution. Paano natin i-apply? Ibig sabihin na yan, si x, pwede na natin siyang palitan ng 9 plus 5y. Right? Kasi equal sila. Okay? Now, since we use the first equation to solve for the value of x, dito na tayo ngayon sa second equation. Okay? So, our second equation is x minus 2y equals 6. Ano na yung gagawin natin sa second equation? Ang gagawin na natin dyan, i-apply natin yung substitution. So, we will now substitute x with 9 plus 5y. Okay? So, our equation will be, so si x, diba, it will become 9 plus 5y. Then, simply copy the remaining terms, minus 2y equals 6. So, doon na natin napasok yung substitution. Okay? Then, combined like terms, we have 5y and negative 2y. Okay? That is equal to positive 3y. So, copy 9 plus, we have here 3y equals 6. Okay? Combined like terms, so we can transpose positive 9 to the other side of the equation. That will become negative 9. So we have here 3y equals, so 6 minus 9, that is equal to negative 3. Solve now for y. So divide both sides by 3. Y now is equal to negative 1. Okay, so now, since we have the value of y, which is equal to negative 1, again, we can now substitute y with negative 1 to solve for the remaining values. Since, di ba dito sa yung ginawa natin nung una, yung kinuha natin yung value ni x, we have 9 plus 5y pa. Okay? Now, hindi pa siya exact kasi may variable pa na y. But this time, since alam na natin yung value ni y, pwede na natin siyang i-substitute. So, we will use this one. Okay? Or, actually, pwede din naman tong original equation, pero kasi magtra-transpose ka pa dyan. Kaya maganda yung ito na, yung una mong sinolve. So, we have here x equals 9 plus 5y. Again, this time, ang papalitan na natin na value ay si y, which is negative 1. So, it will become x equals 9 plus 5 times, instead of y, times negative 1. So, solve. We have x equals, so 9, then 5 times negative 1, that is negative 5. So, 9 minus 5 is 4. So, x now is equal to 4. So, this is now the answer. Okay? So, nakuha na natin ngayon yung values that x is equal to 4 and y is equal to negative 1. So, we can also do the checking, okay, para malaman natin kung tama talaga yung sagot natin for x and y. So, paano yun? We will simply substitute the values of x and y dun sa ating original equation. So, try natin. Let's say yung first equation natin is we have x minus 5y equals 9. So, we will substitute x with 4. Yung nakuha natin. So, 4 minus 5. Then, instead of y, we will substitute it with negative 1. Then, is it equal to 9? So, solve natin. So, 4, negative 5 times negative 1 is positive 5. Is it equal now to 9? So, 4 plus 5, 9 is equal to 9. So, correct. Second equation, try din natin. We have x minus 2y equals 6. So, again, substitute x with 4. So, we have 4 minus 2 times y. So, times negative 1 equals 6. So, we have here 4. Negative 2 times negative 1, that is equal to positive 2. Is it equal to 6? So, 4 plus 2, 6 is equal to 6. Since, okay, we satisfy both equations, it means that tama yung nakuha nating answer. That x is 4 and y is equal to negative 1. Second example, so we have x plus 3y equals 12 and y equals x minus 4. So again, we will solve this system by substitution. So first is look for the variable with the numerical coefficient of 1. So in the first equation, we have here x. Second equation, we have y and x. But if you will notice, it is easier to solve or to use the second equation. Bakit? Kasi 'di ba, itong equation na to, naka-equate na kagad siya kay y. So parang na-solve na siya. Na-isolate na kagad yung variable alone. So therefore, since okay na si second equation, all we need to do is to substitute x minus 4 dito sa first equation. Okay? Substitute natin si y kasi y is equal to x minus 4. Ibig sabihin, di ba, pwede na natin kagad palitan si y ng x minus 4. So, using now the other equation, so using the first equation, which is x plus 3y equals 12, ano na ngayon papalitan natin? Papalitan natin ngayon si y. Anong ipapalit natin kay y? Si x minus 4. So, we have here x plus 3. Then, instead of y, so x minus 4 equals 12. Solve. So, x plus, so 3 times x, 3x, 3 times negative 4, negative 12 equals 12. Combined like terms. So, x plus 3x, we have here 4x minus 12 equals 12. Transpose negative 12 to the other side of the equation. So, it will become positive 12. So, 12 plus 12, that is 24. So, we have 4x equals 24. Solve now for the value of x. Divide both sides by 4. Therefore, x is equal to 6. Since we have now the value of x, which is 6. Again, substitute. Saan natin nasa iso-substitute? Dito dun sa nakuha natin na first equation kay y. So, substitute natin si x now ng 6. So, y is equal now to x minus 4. So, x now will become 6. So, we have here y equals 6 minus 4. So, y is equal to 6 minus 4. That is 2. So, therefore, here are the answers. X is equal to 6 and y is equal to 2. Last example. So, solve for the systems of linear equation by substitution given 4x plus 5y equals negative 10 and x minus 3y equals 6. So, again, first step is identify which variable has the numerical coefficient of 1. So, obviously, nandito yan sa second equation. Diba? X minus 3y equals 6 because the numerical coefficient of x is 1. So, it means we will use the second equation. So, we will now solve for x in terms of y. Okay? So, ano ngayon yung value ni x? So, since, diba, or isolate natin si x. Since this is x minus 3y, so we will transpose negative 3y to the other side of the equation. So, it will become x is equal to 6 plus 3y. So, it means that the value of x is 6 plus 3y. Okay? So, now, since we use the second equation, doon na tayo ngayon kay first equation, which is 4x plus 5y equals negative 10. So, we will now apply the substitution. Again, ano yung papalitan natin? Papalitan natin si x ng 6 plus 3y. So, using the first equation, copy 4. Then, instead of x, it will become 6 plus 3y. So, substitute. Then, copy the remaining terms plus 5y equals negative 10. Distribute 4 times 6. This is 24. 4 times 3. So, plus 12y. Then, copy plus 5y equals negative 10. Combined like terms. So, 12y plus 5y, that is equal to 17y. So, we have here 24 plus 17y equals negative 10. Transpose positive 24, it will become negative 24. So, we have 17y equals negative 10 minus 24, that is negative 34. Then, solve for y. Divide both sides by 17. So, y is equal to negative 34 divided by 17, that is negative 2. Okay. So, since we have now the exact value for y, kukunin na natin ngayon yung value ni x. At anong gagamitin natin? This 1. Kasi diba hindi pa siya exact value kasi nga may variable pa rin. But this time, since alam na natin yung value ni y, so we can now substitute this 1. So, x is equal to 6 plus 3y. So, we have x equals 6 plus 3. Then, substitute y with negative 2. So, 6 plus, so 3 times negative 2, that is equal to negative 6. So, 6 minus 6, that is 0. Meaning to say that x is equal to 0 and y is equal to negative 2.